Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching the news at 10 live on Channels Television. A reminder of our major stories. APC and PDP flag bearers Muhammadu Buhari and Atiku Abubakar absent at the 2019 presidential debate organized by the NESG and BON as candidates of the ACPN, YPP and ANN candidates unveiled their agenda. PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar mocks ruling APC over his visit to the United States after his return from the two-day trip. APC campaign train moves to Niger, Oyo and Plateau states as President Buhari appeals to Nigerians to keep faith with his administration. And death toll in Mexico pipeline blast rises to at least 66, with many more injured. ChannelsTV.com has more information for you, and go to youtube.com/channelsweb to view our videos. Watch us on your mobile device via your browser or download the Channels TV app for Android and iOS devices from their respective stores. And besides giving you access to news updates on the go, the Channels TV and Channels 24 app has an eyewitness feature, so you can use it to share those pictures, videos, or news of happenings around you. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the menu and follow the instructions. And here are some of the pictures you sent into our eyewitness portal today. Let's begin with this image from Kedere community in Gokana local government area of Rivers State. According to our eyewitness report, an irate youth burnt down 2 vehicles, but I guess you can check out more about those pictures on our page. Now let's move to other stories at the moment. For more than 2 hours, 3 presidential candidates out of the 5 invited for the NESG BON presidential debate had yet another opportunity to tell Nigerians their plan for the country if elected as president. The candidates of the Allied Congress Party of Nigeria, Dr. Obi Ezekwesili, Mr. Feladuro Toye of the Alliance for New Nigeria, and Mr. Kingsley Moghalu of the Young Progressive Party. Now, these 3 presidential candidates spoke glowingly about their intentions to run for the country's biggest political seat in the debate, which was broadcast by all television stations registered with the Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria.
I am putting myself forward to serve you, Nigeria and Nigerians. It is time for a different kind of leadership. My government will have a kind of approach to Nigeria's problems that we've never seen before in this country. And that is a foundational approach that addresses the root causes of our challenges. And so we will come at this problem by first of all defining the foundational philosophy of the Nigerian state, establishing a national ambition around which all of us can unite, that rises above the things that divide us. We will restructure this country constitutionally so that it can actually fulfill its potential. We will establish effective national security. We will work with women as equal partners.
Many times when people ask me, who is a nation builder? I say, well, it's really as simple as A, B, C, D. Someone who accepts responsibility for the well-being of his nation, not just his own personal well-being. Somebody who believes in the greatness and the potential of not just the nation, but the people to be able to actualize that greatness. Then C, somebody who commits. Committed their time, their talents, their gifts, their wealth, their resources. And lastly, somebody who doggedly does everything that is possible to deliver the future of that nation. And when I say the future, I mean a time zone that is yet to come. No, that's not what I mean. I mean everything a nation can be but has not yet become. Everything a nation can do but has not yet done. I will restore that hope in Nigerians. And together, we will build a new Nigeria where there is jobs and opportunities for all, where businesses succeed, and the son of a nobody can become somebody without knowing anybody, because it will be a nation that works for all.
Whether it's the north or the south or the east or west of Nigeria, there is massive poverty. We have no business being the world capital of poverty. It is urgent for us to change the direction of our country. Because it is failure of leadership, it means that our politics is culpable. Our politics has become politics by the politicians, for the politicians, and of the politicians. Many of you know me not to be a politician. However, I have been a technocrat that understood the political context of this country, and it's very clear that except we disrupted the pattern of politics that we have, we will continue to fail, and we must no longer fail our people. That is why I am running for office. I bring with me the track record of being able to fix problems.
The candidates also have different plans for Nigerians as contained in their manifestos. The candidate of the Alliance for New Nigeria, Mr. Fela Durotoye, hopes to focus on 3 important areas on Nigeria's non-oil sector: agriculture, housing, and road construction. While the candidate of the Allied Congress Party of Nigeria, Dr. Obi Ezekwesili, is promising to ensure that the private sector leads the nation's economy with improvement in policies and the removal of regulatory barriers to businesses. For the candidate of the Young Progressive Party, Mr. Kingsley Moghalu, education remains his priority as he plans to prepare Nigerians for jobs and competitiveness, as well as invest in new businesses.
The 3 most important sectors that we need to focus on will be the sectors that help us not only to grow jobs, but to have great social impact in terms of growing our nation. So the 3 most important sectors are agriculture, housing construction, and road construction. If we fix agriculture, which currently, as we know today, 60% of Nigeria's labor force is currently employed in the agricultural sector. And yet, only 35% of our arable land is being used. We will drive aggressively land use for agriculture to 50%. And that will create for us an opportunity to be able to get under 30 million people altogether into the labor force. But that's not all. The infrastructure of this country is completely decayed. And that includes power, roads, and housing.
When people have higher productivity, they earn more. When they earn more, they lift themselves out of poverty. What are the ways of enhancing their productivity? Take a typical member of the Farmers Club in Nigeria. They actually constitute 1/3 of our workforce, and 60% of them are women. When you give inputs to women, they outperform even their male counterparts by as much as 40% in output. But that essentially means that women will be lifted out of poverty enormously. The structure of our economy is such that services constitute 60% of it. The services is not high-end services. It is low productivity services. And so our focus would be on removing the barriers that stand in the way of these operators.
The problem that we need to solve is that we don't have an economic philosophy. We will have to decide whether we're a capitalist country or a socialist country, and if we are, what type of capitalism we are practicing. So, my approach to the Nigerian economy is, first of all, to focus on reforming the educational system, ensure that our young people have the skills that can make them competitive in the 21st century and the skills that can give them jobs or help them to set up their own jobs. Then we will give them access to finance, which my government will do through a 1 trillion naira venture capital fund, which will give equity capital, not loans that you have to repay, because loans carry interest rates in Nigeria that are too high, or you may not have the collateral to be able to access loans. So we will invest in new businesses that will create millions of jobs over the next 4 years. That's the approach we have. Skills, capital, literacy, that's what will fix Nigeria's economy and take it into industrialization.
The PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar has been speaking about his trip to the United States 12 years after his last visit to the country. The aircraft conveying the former vice president and his entourage touched down at the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, at about 3 p.m. today. He was accompanied on the visit by some PDP leaders, including the Director General of the PDP Presidential Campaign Council and the Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki. Shortly after coming down from the plane, Alhaji Abubakar and the Director General of his campaign team, Dr. Saraki, told journalists that with his visit to the United States, the All Progressives Congress has nothing more to say about the issue.
Go. Now that you have gone, what is your word? Ask them now. Ask them. It's not for me to answer that one. Ask them. Those people who are saying I will not go, you should ask them. Okay, so now what? What effect do you see this having on the campaign? Because so much, the APC had put so much stake on this visit. Actually, the APC's campaign does not bother me. What bothers me is what I want to re-establish our bilateral relationship with the United States so that we can get United States investments back into the country to create the jobs, to create prosperity for our people. That is more important for me. All their campaign has been based on propaganda, it's been based on lies, it's to give the wrong impression. A lot of us have always said that our candidate was a man with integrity. He had no problem going to America, but everywhere we went on, there was this propaganda. And once and for all, we wanted to shut the opposition up to say he is a man that is credible, he can go anywhere, can lead this country anywhere. And the reception we got, that was the reception of a man with integrity. So that part of the agenda is over. If they have another one, they should bring it, let them go and show how to make Nigeria work. We are shown that the issue of not going to America is dead and is over, because we have a man that is credible that can lead this country.
And while in Washington, D.C., Alhaji Abubakar met with some Nigerians based there and participated in a business roundtable at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce. His trip to the United States came after more than a decade of not visiting the country, prompting speculations that he had questions to answer. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Maria Bird has the rest of the story.
Presidential candidate for the PDP, Atiku Abubakar, was in Washington meeting with presidential officials and congressional members. The president of the Nigerian Senate gave us comments about the visit.
Yeah, we have. We've had a good session. We've been in Congress. We've been with the business community, and then chambers of commerce here, and then with the states later on, and then seen with diaspora. So we've engaged with all the people who've been waiting and looking forward to seeing our candidate for a while, and it's been useful. I mean, I think it's to show that our government, hopefully, when gets elected, will provide a brighter future for the youth and the women and Nigerians at large, because we have a president that understands what it takes to provide jobs and improve their economy, which is key.
This just goes to show that there's a lot of propaganda in Nigeria during elections, but the key word is that he's here to reaffirm our commitment to engaging the United States of America as worthy partners, and I believe this is a strong signal to the U.S. that an Atiku administration will enhance business, will solidify our relationship, and will create an atmosphere for private sector-led businesses to thrive in Nigeria.
We know that he was not interested in talking to much press, but is looking to potentially go against President Buhari in the upcoming election. From Washington, Maria Bird, Channel Television News.
And back home, the president has asked Nigerians to keep faith with the All Progressive Congress-led government under his leadership, as the party is still on track to restore the country back to glory. President Muhammadu Buhari says his administration is committed to the promises made by the party in 2015, explaining that the several projects embarked upon by the federal government in Niger State are a demonstration of that commitment. He was speaking during the presidential campaign rally of the APC at Minna Trade Fair Complex. Our correspondent, Emperor Simon, has this report.
President Buhari arrives the venue of the campaign rally in company of Governor Abubakar Bello and other top members of the All Progressives Congress. The Director General of the Buhari Oshinbajo Campaign Organization, Mr. Rotimi Amechi, opens the floor with a call on APC supporters to ensure they protect their votes.
Nothing new to add, just go and vote for APC. Don't leave the place. Stay there until you get our results. Just sit down there, make sure you vote for APC, and then we'll continue the good work we're doing. Thank you.
Then it's time for the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Adams Oshomole, to address the party supporters.
The future of Nigeria is not in the hands of retired generals. It is not in the hands of retired heads of state. It is in the hands of retired people whose future is at stake. And if I may ask the question, why do these old men think that tomorrow belongs to them? Yesterday belongs to them. Tomorrow belongs to the people, and you are the people.
President Muhammadu Buhari is invited to the stage by the national chairman. He assures the crowd of his administration's continuous efforts to bring transformation to the country.
Wanda ake kira standard gauge za a yi shi daga Namina zuwa Abuja.
The railway project from Lagos to Ibadan, which will pass through Minna to Kaduna, is ongoing. Secondly, the standard rail gauge, which will run from Minna to Abuja, as well as the rehabilitation line from Minna to Baro, are ongoing. In the area of road construction, we are dualizing the road from Suleja to Minna, the rehabilitation of Lambata to Bida Road, Mokwa Tegina to Kaduna Road, Bokani Kotangura Road, and New Busa to Kayama Road are all ongoing.
Before arriving at Minna for the rally, President Muhammadu Buhari had inaugurated the inland waterways in Baro in Agay local government area of the state. Emperor Simon, Channels Television News.
When the news at 10 returns, National Pension Commission targets more Nigerians as it plans to begin micro-pension scheme for the informal sector. That's on Business News. Join us again.